Welcome to Abundance Show, where we shift our focus from what is missing to limitless possibilities that surround us in a world often defined by scarcity and competition. We are here to explore mindset of growth, gratitude, and richness of human experience. Whether it's wealth, health, relationship, or spirituality. Join us as we unlock secrets to living a life that is truly full. I am your host, and today we dive deep into flow of penalty. And we are joined by Beta. How are you, Beta?
I'm good. Hello.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much joining my show. This is Abundance Show, and can you please let us know more about yourself?
Well, I'm just another human being on a planet Earth who is passionate about contributing to the world, which means is everyone has its own placement and a drive. And I'm here to inspire more of the entrepreneurs in the world, whoever either startup innovations or they're contributing to technological advancements, anything in the field of biotech, medtech, or agri-tech, or some kind of AI stimulus currently that is being very popular. But who am I? I'm a mother as well as a businesswoman and a friend and a community driven, passionate individual working with as an ambassador, advisor on multiple boards, publicly traded, privately traded companies, as well as um, owning few companies as well. But the whole idea is here is also we are representing Thai organization, which I believe Thai is existing in Pakistan as well. What it is to inspire the next generation of youth, mentoring them, helping them to be apply themselves for the world. So we have the next generations of support for us, which means is if we're not going to equip them with tools and resources, that certainly makes the human just better beings. It's just that much harder for us to be able to sustain ourselves, and we need to have a sense of belonging. So I just want you to know is that we need to start contributing and giving more than we take, and then we just have the better world.
Wow. I mean, how about missing the athletics and swimming and your
Oh,
sports and your? Would you like to enlighten us about your sporty aspect also?
well, I was very fortunate. I grew up in Europe, and Europe at that time, all that was communist country, was able to and allow us conditioning ourselves with sports. So since I'm 6 years old until almost 20, I've been competitive athlete in multiple sports, especially as a swimmer. I was a butterfly and breaststroker, and then as a track, I ended up being a throwing javelin with the top athletes in the world. So the sports gives you another tool again. So I encourage everybody to do some kind of sports. Either you do it in a club or for yourself. It just gives you another dimensions of perseverance, discipline, and it builds that kind of attitude in you that if somebody else can have done it, I can do it too. And you just push yourself through those boundaries and learn to fail, because that's when you learn the most. When you're down here is the biggest learning. When you're up there, you're just cherry picking.
And I really love the idea of if somebody is runner up or coming to third position or even lower, you are encouraging those, and you are also looking at what is full, what's not missing. That's amazing part of your learning. Okay, my first question for the podcast is, Peter, how do you personally define a life of abundance?
Well, it should probably start from three main things: is how do you define happiness? When you open the dictionary, it has certain definition that happiness is this, and that. At the end of the day, it actually varies. Happiness to every single home, every single city, every single country. is perhaps defined differently. So define it such a way where that there is the integrity, there is the trust, there is the care for humanity, there is the growth, there is the that actually goes back to your feeling. What is it that you feel inside that inspires you, that put a smile on your face, that brings you that vitality, the energy, and the passion? So let's start with the vitality and the essence of happiness. Then look into things. What does success means to you? Is that because you need to have a car? Is it because you want to have a job? Or is it because you want to have a 5 yachts? Again, dictionary doesn't define the success. And because we constantly chasing something that is not even there, go back to your roots and look into what does love means. Love, happiness, and success, by definition, is in the default. So create your own, but in such a way that people can resonate, people connect, because that part of humanity will never default. The genuine, the care, the integrity, the trust, the passion, and to support each other. So start giving more than you take.
Wow, superb idea. Okay, Beta, what is biggest mental block that prevents people from feeling successful?
Is the fact that you have never defined the success because you're living somebody else's success. So if I say I want to be successful, well, I want to be like somebody on a TV, and you think that that path is the success. So I think everybody needs to start from themselves with their own abilities. Not everyone is gifted to paint a beautiful Picasso. Not everybody is gifted to build the organizations and run it, but everyone has ability to get better, to improve, to expand their skills, and that's it's forgotten to be success. Even the mother having 3 children and raising them to be safe, that's success. So go back to what your abilities are, and say, okay, this is what I'm capable of, this is what I can do today, but next month I'd love to achieve another learning, another skill, and then embrace it, and remember them and write them down, and then look yourself and create a kind of like a digital twin. Today is January 2026. This is who I am, this is what I've done, and next month this is what I want to have, and go back to it like 2 years back then, and see that's your success, and always embrace it.
Great. Thank you so much. How can someone practice gratitude when they are going through a difficult time?
Even in the difficult times, let's assume you could be in prison, you could be captured somewhere, or you don't have a food on the table. You can always pass on hand to someone else, because together, remember, you go further. Together, you will be stronger. So if 2 people are suffering, it's easier than being alone. So remember, every time, whatever, wherever you're in a part of the world, always pass a hand to the person next to you. Grab it together and do it together, whatever that means.
Wow. Okay, Beta, being mom and at the same time an entrepreneur, what difficulties you faced and how did you overcome?
Either your father or mother. It's very much similar. I don't like separating mothers and fathers, and nor I want to say to the world that we are different. We are perhaps by look, but by definition, we play equally the same role. That child needs as much as father as it needs a mother. How difficult it is? It is challenging, because not only that in this world, part of the world, you are also not just the mother that is raising these children, protecting and feeding them and giving them a safe home, but also you're a business person. So you've got to be there at the meetings, you've got to be there for organizations, you've got to be able to be there for your teams. So suddenly you're just everywhere wearing so many hats. You also are coach, because you're also coaching kids in here, you're being a chauffeur, you're driving long distances all the time, you're being also a teacher because you want to educate children another level, and how many languages, and And of course, you want to show them the world, you travel with them. So it's literally, you are from travel agent to a coach to a teacher to a chef, to name it. How do you kind of juggle between it? Is take a step by step. Every day you add something and just make sure you're more it's more structured. When there's a structure, um, you can you enables yourself to do more. And again, energy, passion, how you live a life. If you eat healthy, if you do right things, your body has naturally energy to do things. Otherwise, you just deplete it. You are just not able to do all these things, and that's okay too. You don't supposed to do it all. But I was very fortunate. I was able to do that, and for women as entrepreneurs, that's another level, because when you look at statistically what VCs in the world are funding for female entrepreneurs, I was a little bit saddened. But I don't know if you know what VC means, but VC means venture capitalists, and those are the ones who would be supporting new entrepreneurial projects in the world. So if somebody's starting up the company, you would usually reach out to angel investors or somebody who can kind of boost the startup. And when I looked at the statistics, I guess how many or what is the percentage of funding that goes towards to female entrepreneurs in the world currently? From 0 to 100%. What do you think VCs fund to women entrepreneurs? Can you guess?
And not exactly. I mean, since I have got the exactly different background than you have, so would you
So
please
what do you
like to
think?
throw light
Is
on?
it is it a 5%, 20%, 40% of funding? Because imagine there's a pool of money going to go into the startups. It's going either female or male, right? So what do you think part of female, how many percentage goes towards to women in the world?
It could be on the short lower side, just because we don't see if, women in all fields. I mean, probably 20%, maybe.
So currently it's 2.2% of all the funds in the world goes towards to women entrepreneurs, which means
Mhm.
is women, when we start up, it's more challenging because it's not like men don't want to help us or we don't want to help men. It's just the pattern in the mindset and the communication when we do pitch deck competitions, which is look into what it means. But when women does pitch deck competitions and they're expressing about their vision about the project, and that could be projects for NASA. It could be projects that is now going to be doing a new innovations for robotics. It doesn't matter. But somehow women, the way we communicate, men doesn't receive it the same way, vice versa. There's a gap. And that gap needs to be narrowed. So the understanding of mutual, both of the ends get more seamless. So as a woman being entrepreneur, it is a little bit more struggle because you've got to push yourself a little bit harder. You got to be bootstrapping every project, and but it's okay. It's all about one of these days, men will understand that women are there to help them, not with everything, but whatever they're capable of, because men are carrying today too much of a burden. The responsibilities, the 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 liabilities, the like the household, the organizations, of running everything, and it has to be on your shoulders. It's a lot. But imagine if both parties can contribute and give a different essence of it to it. It just gives you a different perspective. Women are much more, putting emotions, feelings, touches, visual, everything into it in order to live. And men are more transactional. So imagine together how much better the society will be or could be.
Simply the heaven on earth. Because I mean, you are contributing more. Like, I mean, it's not only the like 2%. That means 98% of the women, the talent is going down the drain. I mean, if they are, if the funds are not reaching women entrepreneurs, so that's like, I mean, right now in Pakistan, 52% are women, female, and 48% is male, and probably it could be even higher on your part of the world, maybe. uh, okay, the Peter, you're hearing wonderful hats, lots of hats of responsibility, like your ambassador. and you're entrepreneur, you're a mother, and you're a coach, and you are into med tech, into tech, into agri tech, into lots of fields. Your day is also 24 hours. So how do you manage this all?
Um, you got to grow into it. And you don't take all of these roles at the same day. So once you understand that your niche is in advisory, just like mine is, and I'm more of an ambassador role or more of like a delegate in delegation, it's it just gets a little bit easier because really what you're doing is you're stepping into your organization and you're observing it, you study it, you're looking at the analyzing it from operational marketing strategies, HR, like all of the departmental divisions, and then you are trying to truly solve in the best possible way their issues if they have any, and or suggest some of the new strategies or connect some of the dots. Okay, well, you need strategic partnership. I know about it, so I'm a great connector, and that's my passion: connecting people, connecting organizations, connecting countries to make something more collective. So that kind of drives me. My days are busy. I don't understand what it means to sit at a TV and watch TV. Some people find it that that's part of their life. Some people find that talking to another friend and playing cards is another, and that's okay. I utilize my time slightly differently. So between doing some sports and traveling, educating myself, studying the documents, and because my energy is so high, and I was able to calibrate my body in such an optimal way, I can comprehend certain documentations, and I can analyze them and really create projects and create documents very quickly. And also, I'm applying myself, going for meetings, having Zoom calls. I have multiple Zoom calls a day, doing a lot of paperwork. So once you create quickly pitch decks and startup and proposals and business plans, and you understand that business field a little bit, it just becomes your second nature. Just like for you, like, if you need to fix a tire as a man, you know how to do it. You didn't need to go and open a book and manual how to fix the tire. So that's the same thing. More you do things, more it becomes easier. It's your second nature, and you can add on more skills. And they all kind of mean the same thing. All you're doing is just make things better and find the better solutions. And if you don't know, you go and learn. So my days, I work from pretty much sometimes from 8 a.m. until at least sometimes 10 p.m. So I take these 12 hours a day. But it's not a work, it's a passion.
Wow, passion. Okay, if I talk of ikigai and finding your passion into profession, how did you do it, and when did you do that, and when did you know that your passion can fetch you money too?
So every passion is driven by your energy and your vision. First, you got to have a vision. What is it that you want and you need different in your life that you have today? Go for it. And this is the one thing is a lot of people start something, they don't finish. I've started every single project and I finish every single project. So it's very important that you know when to exit, where is your exit, and even though you don't know how to get there, but you got to go for it. You said you're going to do it, you do it. It's not going to be easy. Every single project, every single thing I do is hard, but the whole life is not easy. The life is a journey. Actually, matter of fact, did you know when you define why humans are on a planet Earth truly? A lot of people say it's because I need to reproduce, I need to do this, I need to do that. At the end of the day, it's just to have an experience. So, any of you out there who's listening, go and have an experience that is positive, that is impactful, and do one thing at a time. So, set yourself goal and get to it. Some goals might take a 1 week, some might be taking a few months, some might be your whole lifetime. So, but just don't stop until you get it.
Wow, Beta, do you also believe that we are spiritual being having human experience on earth?
100%. If we think that on this earth, we think we are just only human on a planet, on the universe, I think it's a mistaken because we don't know. There's lots we don't know. So we cannot assume we are only one. And and because our body is energetic being, we are full of energy. Even we are based on electrical current. So frequency, energy, and spirituality is extremely important to connect with the universe. So perhaps some people, whatever you do, you go pray or connect with a more of an inner you, with ability with the universe, because they can today measure the frequency of living out of a human body, and it's measurable by science. So that's why sometimes you resonate with somebody much more closer. You don't know what that means. It's literally because our body can capture that frequency and energy from the other human being. So even when somebody speaks and when you listen to them, the words resonates energy. So absolutely spirituality is important. It's a base to humanity. And some people think they believe in multiple gods. Some people believe, and that is your belief. And you keep it, if that's what you think. But at the end of the day, it's your spirituality. It's a connection with outside of you, within you.
Wow, that's amazing. And the concept that you always explain, that we need to connect. So that also falls within what you said, right? Okay, Beta, if you allow me, can you just give me a rundown of your life? That if I ask you your life journey, that right after your school, then into college, then into university, then into professional life, would you like to just have a run through?
Well, I probably we won't have a whole time to do that, but we'll might even do it in a little bit of parts because my journey, although I'm not that old, um, has been quite colorful. And if people think that I came to a wealth or I came to my success because it was gifted to me, um, it is probably not fully correct. Um, Everything started somewhere. Perhaps from that journey from moving from Europe to come to here, I only came to explore to Canada, a possibility to learn English. Simple. So when I was at the age of 19, I thought, oh, what's better way of doing it? Let me just represent some university. I can compete for them. I can get scholarship and I can get some education and I can learn English because back in Europe, I was studying two universities at the same time and I was a competitive athlete. So it's you probably training 5 hours a day since I was 6 years old. And that's just no mercy. Like you study and you just train. That's kind of whole your life. But when I came here, journey was different. I started to work from washing in a bakery dishes, cleaning people homes, taking care of children like a nanny. So you've got to get humble and to feel some certain different professions, what that means. It teaches you a lot. It teaches you skills to ground yourself. Because when ego steps in, once you grow and grow and grow and grow, you feel empowered. When you feel empowered, we don't even know we suddenly act premises on an ego. That's mean we start trying to control. And the moment humans start taking control and they get caught in that world, you are losing your own identity. That that authenticity of genuine, humble way of living. It doesn't mean that you can't have things, but you can still be humble. You can still talk with people, not over them. So, and when I came to Canada, there was time at an early stage when I came here 30 years ago, I had no place to go. I had $100 in my pocket, two suitcases, standing on one of the bus stops. And as a lot of people know where I live, there's a lot of rain in the fall. So all it is this pouring rain, $100, two suitcases, place of nowhere. I had no place to go. So I cried because I didn't know where to go, what to do, who to connect with. And so really I was for that day, I was kind of homeless. And guess what? When somebody does that to you and you see them, go to them, put a hand on their shoulder and ask them how you can help. Because at that day, one lady walked to me and she says, "What can I do for you? What's happening?" And I told her, I shared that what's what happened, and she sheltered me for 2 months. And from that, my whole journey started. I started after 2 months, I found a job and I found another job and I went to university and I finished university in here. Then I married, I had children. And even when I was at university, you think it was easy? No. They thought that I have to start from scratch again. And I says, I already done the courses in Europe. Why do I have to do it again? And I had to. That's what they kind of really wanted me to do. So again, you start from scratch from high school level, and then problem was I was pregnant, and then I had a newborn baby, and you're not allowed to go to school with a newborn baby. So I was the first woman at university that asked that I want to continue studying. I want to be able to have the same education like everybody else. Allow me to have a child as long as I don't disturb the class. So I was sitting in the back, I got the permission. I was sitting in the back of the class, breastfeeding my child, listening and studying, and the entire the entire 4 or 5 years of my studies, I had two children, was able to do that. I literally carried 2 o'clock in the morning, my little newborn baby in my lap, did my project, but you still managed to do that. So, hold on a sec. Oopsie.
That
Anyhow, oh, my power on the battery is save mode. I don't know why. My computer is behaving funny. Anyhow, hopefully it's okay. I'm not going to lose you. If I lose you, we can continue another time. But I just
yes,
want you to know, if you think that somebody else and you think that's the end road for you, fight for it. And even when I came to Canada, Canada actually kind of deported me in a sense, not deporting, but send me back outside of country, saying, well, you don't have any visa status, you've got to go out, we have no place for you. And I said, but SFU, one of the universities, wanted to take me to do, and I have a scholarships for 2 years. Why can I not study here? Why don't you give me opportunity to study? And they said, no, you have to go outside of the country and apply for the visitor visa again. So literally, I felt this country doesn't want me at all. And it was heartbreaking because I wanted to contribute to the community. I wanted to show them that I can even represent the country, but I couldn't. So again, fought for it. Again, I cried again in Seattle. I said, "Can you please give me visa? I want to go back to Canada. I want to just try something there." And again, you fight for it, and I got it. So if people think that they have these hardships that I cannot get to a certain country, it's hard. It is hard, but you have that goal, then go for it and you'll achieve it. So nothing should stop you. Education shouldn't stop you. Money shouldn't stop you. Moving to another country shouldn't stop you. As long as you mean the right things and good things for the world, you're good to go.
yeah, beta. But in fact, the most difficult thing in one's life is to find a wow factor within, because everybody does have a wow factor. Like you were a swimmer at the age of 6 and you were practicing for 5 hours a day, no mercy. And then that's what I see throughout your life. I mean, you're a fighter. You fight back things. I mean, despite the fact that you got get back the Canadian, and right now you are there. I mean, for 30 good years now, and you are serial entrepreneur. So, I mean, would you like to tell us? I mean, what's your wow factor? It's like fighting, like since you were a swimmer and since the age of 6 and practicing 5 hours, the training from your parents. Is it wow factor or somebody else? Like you enjoy your small success so that gets you energy for the next bigger one. So, or is there anything you want to throw light? Because everybody has got some wow factor. So, how did you find yours, and how would you ask? I mean, would you advise others to find theirs?
Um, Very good question. Very, everybody can take the answer in different way. And I would love to have this podcast to chop this a little bit multiple times. Um, First of all, it comes from you, from inside. The moment you stop wanting other people to make you happy or create success for you or to love you more than you love yourself, the moment you stop all of that and you start within yourself, it will happen. So start loving yourself. Very important. Love yourself first. Adore everything about you. And even if you don't like something, look at the things that you like and embrace it. Look at the mirror and tell yourself, I'm proud of myself for this and this and that. So the moment you stop asking others for permission to be good enough, and it will just, you will be struggling because you will try to fulfill other people's needs, other people's success, other people's shoes. That's hard. Then you're living their life, you're not living your life. So you will start from yourself to create that happiness within in here, because no man, no woman out there will ever make you as happy as you can make yourself, ever. Even the simple things is, even if your day was horrible and difficult and you struggled either from the disease or losing someone or losing a job or not being loved, just connect with the nature, connect, look outside, and there's something that can be from the ant to the tree to drawing, to write a poem, to create. We have to have ability to create. So find your own creation.
Wow, that's really touching, and this not this is touching hearts rather. So that's amazing. One of the greatest points that this is like fighting back to what you want and just discovering oneself. Amazing. Okay, again, I mean, since my subject is abundance of health, wealth, and happiness, how about what's abundance to you? I mean, is it something internal, external? It's like, I mean, what's to you? What's your abundance? I mean, how do you take abundance? And how if you as beta, a girl, a swimmer, an entrepreneur, a tech, tech, agri tech, or med tech, and the personality wearing lots of honoring hats of responsibilities, contributing to the society, and working a lot for this blue dot and making this world a better place. What's your abundance?
It's energy. Everything you, at least majority of things you do it because you get energy out of it. So for me, is there's abundance of energy. There's abundance of passion. It's not about things. It's about learning. There's so much more to learn. More you know that you have not learned, more you want to even learn, because there's so much unknown out there. So just keep learning. The abundance of learning is incredible, to nurture your brain, to nurture your soul. And it's not even learning from each other, learn from a nature. Even the silence is another level of learning. So I would say the moment that you start from that, have that as your base, I think you as a human being and me as a human being can become more useful for ourselves and for others. Because remember, even if you're in a plane, if you don't put a mask on first for yourself, you shouldn't be putting it to a child next to you, because you won't be able to be there for that child. So abundance, it depends if we are in a material world, or if we are talking spiritual world, or if we're talking about the human world. So even the universe has a certain degree of abundance of some kind of fluidity and plasmatic of something. Knowing that you are energetic human being, utilize it. Just use you for what you need to do, and be mindful that this journey is for us. Is you can always make money, but you cannot make a time. We are living on a borrowed time. We don't know if you're here for 1 month, if you're here for a year, if that person next to you are here for a lifetime, and I don't know what that lifetime means. But during this journey of our life and the path we have, go and learn. You can learn from even from that minimum you have and create. We forgot to create. We started to be using too much of AI, which is not a bad thing, but is replacing our cognitive ability to become a creator. We are creator.
Wow, that's amazing. I do have certain reservations about that AI is limiting our creation, but I think this is getting us more options to create. We can have a different podcast on the issue one day. But okay, coming back to your point, energy is amazing. Energy is what gets you forced to work, and work is what gets you results, and results are what we see right now. And the world is much better place than it used to be. Thank you so much. Okay, my last question is, what is one small habit that can change a scarcity mind into abundance mindset?
Just one habit?
You may yeah, one habit or more, or it could be more, or you can talk about one. It's to you. You call.
Don't be afraid to take a step forward. Always. Just be brave enough. Um, there's a lot of unknown. Even the scientists sometimes don't know what the outcomes is going to be. It's an experiment. It's experience. It's playing on a sandbox. You don't know how your sand is going to look like at the end of the day, but you're putting everything into it while you have the vision. So start. When we visualize sometimes and picture how we want to have a life or what we want to achieve, that vision, set that so vividly and have it on a picture, draw it, have it somewhere else, and finish and get to that vision. Just don't ever give up. Create that vision so strong and go for it. You'll achieve it every single time.
Wow, that's like athlete. Curious. Okay, yeah, Beta, what advice would you like to give to your younger self?
My younger self,
Yeah.
um, that's a good question. I've actually never had anyone to ask me that. Um, I think the learning, keep learning, and don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to learn and fail. Only way you grow every single time is when you fail. Even I don't know if you guys familiar with any sports you do. If let's say skiing, if you're not going to learn how to fall, you won't be able to ski. So it's very important that we understand that falling, failing, whatever you do throughout the life. So for me is so back to my younger me. Um, I would just say is just get more inspired, um, and keep learning and just maybe learn more languages, maybe travel more of the world, and be able to apply. But at the end of the day, it's just I've lived really good life because and it was not easy. It's not easy. It's never easy. Even those people who are very, very successful, and I know many friends, um, don't think that just because you see the dollar value and you see somebody else's nice home or a yacht or a huge organization, their life is easy. Everything they do on every day base requires lots of energy, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of liabilities that just because, and you have to choose, do you want to have a complex life or you want to have a simpler life? Either way is okay. And now if I can leave you one thing, there's not right and wrong. It's just the experience. Only wrong is when you harm someone, and no one should ever harm anyone in the planet Earth in any shape or form.
Wow, that's really amazing. Okay, the last thing is, I would like to ask you two pieces of advice. One, for the world, this blue dot, and as a global citizen, and second for typically for Pakistan.
Um, People in every country has their own blueprint. Certain way you guys grew, certain way you were taught is a right or wrong, certain way that you thought that religion, politics, economical status, family, your upbringing supposed to be certain way. If any of the people in Pakistan feel that's not right, well, do if anything that's wrong, do right. Create something that somebody else didn't do that is meaningful, and then and if you can't do it alone, and you shouldn't be doing it alone, reach out to next door person and just grab their hand and do it together. Create that change. Whatever that change is, don't be scared that I'm against millions. You never are. Because there's somebody else somewhere else in the kitchen is thinking the same way. And eventually you'll connect the dots. So create that movement, whichever that movement is, but in a positive way so it actually flourish and cherish the humanity. And don't be scared of change. Change is okay. Change always happens, even in your body, in the world, between countries. So if you're not happy with a certain things that are done in your country, I don't live there. I've never been in Pakistan. I cannot judge. I'm not here to judge. But all I can say is if you think that shift needs to happen, contribute to the shift. Okay.
Wow. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, I just hit my limit. I mean, like 15 minutes earlier. But thank you so much. You've been gracious. You've given your time. And if at all, I mean, since you're a traveler, you keep roaming around the world. If ever, if you can come to my country, I'll really be, and rather my family would be happy to host you. And this is a beautiful country. Do come over someday. Thank you so much for your time, and see you again. I'm looking for the series of podcast. When next? I mean, we can be available for the podcast next podcast,
We
and
can
that
talk
will be
about
for
it
Thai
off.
Pakistan.
We can talk about it off air, but many blessings to you guys all. Get inspired and just start creating and always reach somebody with somebody else. Don't do it alone. Together you're stronger. Okay.
Thank you so much, Peter, for your. It was splendid time with you. I enjoyed each minute of it. Thank you so much.